Relationship between India and United States is souring now. Sour test, S-O-U-R, I believe that is the spelling. Sour test, it's not S-O-A-R. So relationship between India and United States is souring day by day. The way United States is treating India like its slave. In United States companies, they were begging before 1991 to enter into India. That was the condition earlier. I remember it very well. 1991 when the Soviet disintegration happened, then hundreds of American companies they entered into India. Prior to that, many times they were kicked out, like Coca-Cola and these companies, they were kicked out of the India. In 1991, when Russia became weaker, Soviet Union, this company entered into India. Now today is a condition where America is showing eye to India that you are living because of us money. Our American company they have invested in India. Because of that, Indian people are getting job and you are getting lot of money. Otherwise, you are more or less a beggar one. This is what America indirectly showing to India. Tariff with Pakistan is 19%, 1 9. Tariff with all countries almost who are known country, they are less than 20. But for India, 25% tariff, and there is a penalty for getting associated to Russia. Nowadays, I am seeing the petrol banks in India, they are getting converted to Naira Energy petrol banks. Earlier, they used to be Indian Oil and these petrol banks. Now, petrol banks in India, they are taking the kind of contract from the Naira Energy. Naira Energy now it is running more than 6,000 petrol bunks in India. And Naira Energy is a refinery in Gujarat and they are refining Russian crude oil. More or less around 50% of the crude oil in India is coming from Russia. That is 10% cheaper to the global market and quality is high. Okay, that is the situation. And now petrol bunks are also they are converting to Naira Energy petrol bunks. Means I believe the contract would be cheaper in that fashion. And Russian crude oil are coming to India. Earlier it was Iraqi crude oil, UAE crude oil, or Saudi Arabia crude oil. 3 years back, the Russian crude oil that was entering India was 5% of its Indian consumption. In just mere 3 years, it has gone up to 50%. $50 billion India is purchasing crude oil from Russia now. $50 billion. That is extremely high amount. So America is extremely furious with India. Not only that, India is proceeding toward the toward the defense deal with the Russia. Russia was very powerful country in the defense deal prior to 1991 in Soviet era. Post-Soviet era, India moved toward America for the defense deal. Now, in the recent time, Russian equipment, they are considered as powerful than the American and Chinese equipment. China is also a major exporter of the defense product. So India has main competition with China and Pakistan. Okay, so attack can happen through China, from China, via media, Burma or whatsoever. An attack can happen through Pakistan also. In that fashion, India need to have arms that is better than Chinese arms. Then in that section, it has only two options. Either it can go with the American arms or it can go with the Russian arms. India does not have any capability to produce arms because Indian politics is moving towards some in different direction. Always. They have no focus on motivating people to invent something. There is no award for invention and science and technology in India. No. There are tons of award for hero and heroine in India. If someone is dancing very well, then he may or she may get Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, and then Bharat Ratna. What Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, and Bharat Ratna? If that is not sufficient, then Government of India they announce separate award for the movies only. That is called Dada Saheb Phalke Award, National Award for the movie and cinema theatre. Not only that, there are many private awards are there. I believe some Cine Award and some Stardust Award and this award and that and Filmfare Award. There are so many awards for the film. There is no even a single award for science and technology in India, not even a single. What Indian would, you have to motivate Indians to develop, to invent something, right? If anyone is developing, inventing something, he is discouraged in India. That is the culture that Congress has cultivated in India. Personally, I have seen. Anyway, so Indian people, they have been motivated to run behind some country, run behind America, run behind Europe, run behind Russia, run behind China. This is what the Indian mentality is. Anyway, now the India and USA relationship is sour because India is looking toward Russia now. Because Russian equipment arms are better than American equipment, and Russian arms can tackle the Chinese arms. Either Chinese arms are coming to inside India from China or from Pakistan or from Burma or from Sri Lanka or Maldives, whatsoever. Only Russian arms can tackle the Chinese arms. Now, in that fashion, that is the reality. In that fashion, India is making a defense deal with the Russia S-400, that is anti-missile system. And now India is in move, I believe 2025 only. India is making a deal with Russia for Su-57 fighter jet, that is fifth generation fighter jet. It is based on artificial intelligence technology, Su-57. That is the India is planning to import from the Russia. Russia is such a country. We don't like import from Russia, even though it is a friend country. You have to invent. India has its fighter jet as Tejas. I will talk about the Tejas. India called that they have invented a fighter jet called Tejas, that is indigenously developed from the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in Bangalore, in Karnataka. Okay, and that is developed by the India called Tejas, and this is a single engine third generation fighter jet, where India is now involved in buying hundreds of fighter jets from Rafale, that is the French company. Rafale also have third generation fighter jet, but it is dual engine. Okay, dual engine is required in the fighter jet. Now Russia and is ready. Russia is a country which does not give its arms and ammunition so easily the way China and America gives. You give them money, they will give you the arms. There are companies out there. Russia is not that straightforward. Now Russia is ready to give India fighter jet called Su-57 in contract. Now there is a new version of Su-57 is Su-57E, I believe extension or something like that. Russia is motivating India to build Su-57E on its own country. Russia is ready to transfer the technology also. Can someone believe this? Russia is ready to transfer its latest, most missile fighter jet technology to India. Source code, whatever software is running to everything. Now you develop Su-57E in your country with our help. That will be much cheaper for you than you import from us. This much Russia is doing for India. Okay, S-400, 5 S-400 installments India purchased in 2018 with Russia worth $6 billion. And that three has come and they have placed in northwest of the India towards Pakistan and east of the India, that is towards Burma and China. Burma is also a very dangerous country. It is equivalent to Pakistan size only. It has placed one and two has to come from the Russia. Now, when they are in contract by Su-57, it is going on the heart of like a stone is bombarding on the American government. That boss, this is too much. $50 billion is the crude oil you are purchasing from Russia, half of your need, and then $6 billion worth S-400. Now Su-57, where our arms and ammunition will go. When Prime Minister of India was in US in February, 5 months back, he made a defense deal with Donald Trump that will be for 10 years. Next 10 years, India would buy defense product from the United States. And July 3rd, the Indian Defense Minister and American Defense Secretary, Mr. Pete Hegseth, and here Mr. Rajnath Singh, they had telephonic discussion about the 10-year deal that India has made with the Donald Trump. Now, against that trade deal, what discussion happened, that I will read it out. It is shameful for India. But anyway, Now it is going on that America is now pushing F-35. F-35 is the fifth generation fighter jet from the America. It is in parallel to the Su-57. But if someone see Su-57 and F-35, there is no comparison. Russia fighter jets are much more powerful than American fighter jets. That's why I say Russia is invincible. You cannot defeat Russia in war. No one can defeat Russia. So in that fashion, now India is moving toward Russia because it has to save the country. Indian capital is near to Pakistan and China, China only. Now in that fashion, deal would not work. Trade deal will not work because when war starts, at that time you don't have time to do deal and then get the fighter jet and then technology. That is not possible. In that fashion, India is committed to do trade with the Russia only in the arms trade. Now, when America is hearing that India is purchasing Su-57 from Russia, fighter jet fifth generation, now it is pushing F-35 on India. Don't take that. Take F-35. India is saying your F-35, China has better fifth generation than your F-35. Three countries are making fifth generation fighter jet: China, Russia, and America. So F-35 better than F-35 China has. Now when India and Pakistan war breaks out, then Chinese fifth generation fighter jet will start roaming on top of India. Then what will happen? It has to get Russia fifth generation. Now India has now politely it has disagreed for buying the F-35 because of these activity of India. America has put 25% tariff on India plus Russia penalty tariff. This is what America has put on India. Anyway, we have detailed. First, see what is the condition. Then we will talk. Okay. Now, if I talk about the USA and India relationship and USA and India and Russia relationship, Sukhoi SU means Sukhoi Su-57, fifth generation. Okay, that is better than Rafale and Tejas. If those are third generation, it is fifth generation. US F-35 is the fifth generation. Anyway, 57 full source code Russia is giving to India and promoting India to set up the building plant in India only for the Su-57E. That is the most latest one in the world right now. Okay, not only that, there was I believe, March 7th, 2025, India signed a deal with the Russia worth $248 million. And that in arms deal, India would get advance 1000 HP, 1000 HP horsepower, 1000 horsepower. 5 horsepower is very big. 5 horsepower Peter or generator is very powerful. 1000 horsepower engine India would get from Russia. That March 7th, 2025, India has done a deal with Russia, $248 million for T-72 tanks. India has T-72 tanks from Russia. So there 1000 horsepower engine is required, and with $232 million deal, India $248 million deal, India would get from the Russia. 2018, India made a $5.43 billion deal with Russia for 5 squadrons, means 5 S400 installment. 3 has come and they have been installed in the northwest of India and east of India. Anyway, now July 3rd, in February time frame, Indian Prime Minister went to America and he met Donald Trump and he promised, and they talked about $500 billion trade between India and US. And nowadays trade between US and India, in US looks like it is doing favor on India. This is what America is seeing towards India. India is a beggar and poor country. So their company invests. Till some time back, these companies were dying to enter into India. Now they are showing eye to India. Anyway, now they promised, then in reply, when they agreed for the $500 billion, right now there is a trade deficit of $50 billion, $45 billion between US and India. US is in loss. In that fashion, India promised 10-year buying of the arms equipment, defense, 10-year defense deal with the America. That Prime Minister promised. On the 3rd July, Defense Minister of India, he had a meeting, telephonic meeting with the Defense Secretary of United States, Mr. Pete Hegseth, and then they had a online meeting. What they are discussing, I'm telling you. I mean, this is in newspaper. I'm not saying that I heard it through some frequency range. Anyway, what is that? Okay, that is HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited deal with GE Aerospace. GE, General Electrical Aerospace, is a company in America, and that makes a defense equipment. So here HAL of India, HAL of India and GE Aerospace, they will be in deal now. Okay, and in that deal for joint production of F414 jet engine in India. F414 is an engine, jet engine that is used in fighter jet. So joint production of fighter jet engine F414, for that they talked over the phone 7 July 2025 as per the 10-year deal of India and USA in the military section, in defense section. Next, what they are talking. Delay supply. The G Aerospace of America, it had promised F404 engine to India. Okay, the delay supply of F404 engine by G Aerospace, they are talking that now we are talking about F414 engine, that engine, developing that engine or whatever for the next generation or whatever, the fighter jet. But Indian defense minister is saying that we have an issue with you. Earlier you promised F404, supply of F404 engine to India by G Aerospace, and that engine arrived late or whatsoever, and that resulted in missing deadline of the Tejas. Tejas is indigenously built, indigenously developed fighter jet of India. Engine is coming from US. F404 is the engine made by G Aerospace. They give that engine to the Tejas. Tejas is running in the sky with body part made by India. Otherwise, when engine is coming from US, then what you are doing? You are falsifying people of the India that Tejas is indigenously developed fighter jet. You are fooling country people. This fighter jet has engine F404 that comes from the G Aerospace from the America, and then he is screaming that that engine came late, and Tejas missed its deadline. Now India is buying Rafale from France. Hundreds of they are buying from France. Full money is going in this kind of scenario. People are sleeping along the railway track. Two times people are not getting food also because of these people and these contracts only. Now everywhere see Tejas made in India, HAL. Now say what is this? This is the condition of this country. Anyway, okay. Now the post-trade tariff, now 25% plus Russia penalty has been imposed on the India. India is trying to pacify America. Now after that, India is promising the America that crude oil import from the America. Right now, 8% or 6% of the crude oil that India is importing, it is coming from America. So India import more crude oil from the America. This is to please America. Don't become angry now. Why you are putting 25% tariff and extra penalty? We will buy more crude oil from you. We will buy more natural gas from you. We will buy more communication equipment from you. We will buy more gold from you. And then we will sell at 1 lakh rupees per 10 gram here, whatsoever. But India has very clearly communicated to America after the 25% also, we cannot buy arms from you. We cannot buy defense product from you. This India has made it very become angry or whatever, because we have our own compulsion. Okay, that's why we cannot buy from you. Anyway, 22nd May 2015, there was a one more deal happened between USA. Post the 10 year what Indian Prime Minister and Modi talked in February time frame. One discussion between India and Defense Minister and American Defense Secretary. We don't discuss that happened on the 3rd of July. There was one more deal happened on the 2nd May 2025. That is $131 million defense deal that is approved by USA FMS department. There is one FMF department in America, that is foreign military funding. If any country wants to buy ammunition from America, then America gives loan to that country, and against that loan it buys the military equipment. That is one thing. One is called FMS, foreign military sorry, foreign foreign military sale. That is FMS program from America. Foreign military sale, FMS. If you sign FMS deal with the American government, they will now help, help. They will help in a scenario that American defense company. There are many companies in America like G Aerospace. They sell the defense product. So they will mediate, American ministers, they will mediate selling of the American companies selling the defense equipment to any country. India has signed FMS with America. Okay, so in 2025, 2nd May, $131 million, that under FMS, India would get Sea Vision software enhancement. I believe this is a software that will be used in defense area. India would get this, and then deployment of the TAFT, Technical Assistant Field Team, for training purpose. So this team comes to India from USA and then train the defense sector people out here. That will happen. Okay, contractor Hawkeye 360. This is another company in America which sells the defense product to India. So under FMS, first the Sea Vision software will come to India. Then TFT, Technical Assistant Field Team, they will come to India to assist to train Indian defense people. Third is Hawkeye 360. This company, it is a space-based uh, radio frequency data analyst company headquartered in Virginia, Hardon, Virginia. So they will get product from them. Okay, this is the present situation. That is the defense scenario of the India, US, and Russia. So the way the things are going on, India is trying to pacify America by buying anything other than the military equipment, and that is going extremely red with the America. India is ready to buy petroleum from the America and natural gas, but it has very kind of explicitly said that we will buy from the Russia only as far as defense equipment is concerned, because our competitor is China, and your product is below Chinese standard. This is indirectly India is saying. Anyway, we are watching it, because this is a very big progress that is going on right now. That how this country will be associated with each other. Now, four countries, they are heading to each other. Two very populous countries, one is China and India, and one is Russia and America. Okay, we will wait and watch.